So, I have here a plane. I didn't build the plane, I just slightly modified it. And it's your perfectly ordinary plane, really. Apart from the guns, because the guns here are actually pointing into guns and then pointing into particle emitters. Particle emitters, what they are doesn't really matter. They just make fire, which looks cool. And I just put some particle emitters on it to make it look cool. And if I take off my plane, there is another particle emitter that makes some smoke, just to look cool, because why not? And this is how fast it normally flies. We're accelerating up, we can get to 300 kilometers an hour sometimes. And then, when I just turn on my particle emitters, you can see we have some nice fiery trails, but the thing you're probably also noticing is the fact we're going far faster. Just ignore the wobbling, that's just physics for you. Yep, we're now going about 1,000 kilometers an hour and slightly wobbling. Yeah, if I just point downwards here, we can go really fast. I have got it up to 1,000 kilometers an hour just doing that. Some reason it didn't do it then, but I have done it before. And I totally didn't crash into the ground there. But that's a bit weird, I thought. So I decided I was going to do some tests, and landed it. Perfect. Couldn't have done it better. That's not what I'm going to do. Right. Pick you up, and I'll put you over here, and then what I did was I did some... Ow, got whacked in the head by a plane. Some very important tests. So what I have here is just a little circuit. The things are all wired together, as you can see here. It's just a little circuit, and it just flashes very quickly. And then there's a gun here. The gun is pointing into the block here, so it can't actually fire. But if I wire it up to this, you see, it shoots it and it flies off. Because in scrap mechanic, making total sense, if you fire a gun into a block, it propels you forwards, because the knockback of something being hit by a bullet, well, a potato, is greater than the recoil of you firing the gun. I don't know whether it's just because it's modded guns and they do slightly different things, or it's just that the modded guns can fire far faster. But if you manage to make a vanilla spud gun fire really quickly, you probably could do the same thing. So what I did was I then took it to the next step. So this version, as well as having those ones there, also has loads of them here, and then loads of them in the back here, and it's a bit mad. But this version can do some serious speed. So here's a little clip I recorded earlier. Just slowed down a bit so you can actually see, because otherwise you don't really see anything. You just see. So we take off and we fly up as you do, and I press the button. And then all the guns start firing, and we go ridiculously quickly, and then the game gets really confused, everything breaks. And then you see there up for a world a bit, and then we flash through some really weird random speeds. And then here we have, when it gets there, because this is such slowed down, so you can actually see it, because the 1,000,000.2 kilometers an hour appears for a fraction of a second, so I have slowed it down ridiculously so you can actually see it, and then things get weird and we get stuck there. But if you want to see that in real time, well, fortunately I can do that for you. So I can jump in my plane. That's the wrong button. No, don't do that. I want to turn that on. Get in the plane. Right then. We can take off perfectly normally, just as you do. And then I can fly up, and then I can press the button, and we go bleh! And then we have this. And all I hear is whooshing sounds. All the moving parts have come off my plane, or there's slight gaps in between all the blocks. But see, there's slight gaps between all the blocks. My moving rudders, propellers, me, just all disappears. All I can do is that. That's the only thing I can do. Nothing else does anything. And if I get out of the plane, the game crashes. If you try and reload the world after you've done this, the game crashes. And you can't even see anything because it's somewhere up there. The world is, we are somewhere far below and very, very, very far away from the world. Because I can do some maths and tell you how far we have not actually gone, because I don't know the total speed that we went and the average and stuff like that. But at 10 million kilometers an hour, we can go quite far. So, what the maths all says is that going at 10 million kilometers per hour, we are going just under 3 million meters per second. That is just absolutely ridiculous. That is completely mad. But also, the map is 3,000 blocks long, and each block is approximately 20 centimeters. There is no like official scale, but that's what I guess it is. And that means that we can cross the entire map at that speed in less than a quarter of a millisecond. I think we were going at that speed for, even if just, say, 10 milliseconds, we've still gone across the length of the map 40 times. And we were also going at some other variety of speeds. So that means that we went quite far. Really quite far. So, if you ever want to travel ridiculously quickly, just fire a gun into something, and then you go quickly. Because that makes sense, scrap mechanic. Yes, of course it does. Bugs for you right there. Bugs. Very useful, you know. But thank you for watching. Don't get distracted, go subscribe now, and until next time, goodbye.